Órale, Cholo Trucker Mas Movies and Shows, and here we got the movie, The Frozen Ground. I've never heard of this movie. I didn't know this movie exists, but it came across my feed, and I went ahead and checked out the trailer, and I'm like, okay, looks kind of interesting. Nick Cage, man, it's kind of like hit and miss with Nicolas Cage. He's got some really good movies, and he's got some horrible, terrible movies. And I was starting to think that this was going to be one of them. Now, this movie, The Frozen Ground, came out in 2013, and it is an hour and 45 minutes long. Rotten Tomatoes has this movie at 61%. Let me go ahead and read the description. A teenage escapee provides a critical break in the case as an Alaskan detective hunts a serial killer who has been preying on women for 13 years. Okay, so yeah, I mean that's pretty much what it is, man. This movie has Nicolas Cage, it's got John Cusack, it's got a bunch of actors in it. We're like, oh yeah, I know that person, right? But the main stars, I would say, is John Cusack and Nicolas Cage. Heck, even 50 Cent is in this movie playing a pimp with some weird ass hair. Okay, now, um, look, man, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys this, man. Nicolas Cage is a detective. This movie is based on a true story. Um, I really enjoy the fact that this movie took place in Alaska. Me myself personally, I've been trying to get. I've been wanting to go visit Alaska for many many years, and I will one day. Um, all right, this movie starts pretty damn solid, and as the movie goes on, I'm just gonna say it's a little predictable. Um, it's got a good solid start. I like the fact that how Nicolas Cage presents himself as the detective. He's on his way out. He's talking about like, hey, I'm the wrong guy to do this. I'm out of here in 2 weeks, right? He's got his family at home, his kids, his wife, and they're not looking to stick around, and he's looking to head out, right? He's looking to, call it a career as a detective. And, he gets stuck with this, and then he realizes, wow, there's the closest he's ever come to busting this serial killer that's been around for over a decade, right? So he gets really invested in this, and he's all like, no, man, you know what? I'm not going anywhere, or I can't go anywhere. I need to take this guy down. Now, the bad guy or the villain in this movie, it's no secret. They let it be known right from the jump, right from the get-go, who it is. But he does have a history. He does have a criminal history. It's just they can't prove that he is the guy, right? So that's what the movie's about. And look, it makes it no secret watching the movie. It lets you know right from the jump. It's not like a mysterious movie where it's like, wow, who's the bad guy? Who's the villain? Who's the guy doing this? It's not that mysterious. It's a thriller, but it's not that mysterious where it's really hiding the villain from you. As a matter of fact, it's showing you who the villain is right in front of your face. Um, the whole thing is just how can you convict this guy? How can you gather enough evidence to finally put this guy away? And the fact that it takes place in Alaska, man, it shows like the underground of Alaska, right? It's like, wow, man, I didn't know Alaska really had that much of an underground like that, man. But okay, hey, man, there you go. If you want to go party up in Alaska that way. Um, and the villain, John Cusack, he's a family man himself. He has a wife, he has kids, he's just the everyday, average, normal Joe. Now, there is something about him that's a little bit off, but once you watch the movie, you'll see what I'm talking about. Um, both I, both Nicolas Cage and John Cusack do a great job, but I really want to give it up to John Cusack. Man, he does an impeccable job. He really truly does. At some point, the teenage girl, she kind of gets on your nerves. She's this home wreck, coming from a broken house. And it's kind of like, all right, listen, just listen. Just listen, just cooperate, and all this will be a lot easier. But no, she's a wreck. She's a drunk. She's on drugs. She doesn't trust the law. She doesn't trust law enforcement. She's, on the run and just like, yeah, yeah. It's just one of those. But, in all reality, look, I enjoyed the movie. Even though it was predictable, there was really like no big wow moment for me. It was just, there was no like, holy smokes, like, what the heck? That came way out of left field. I didn't see that coming. No, it's pretty predictable, but it's a good story. I enjoyed it. I'm glad I watched it. I don't need to recommend it like really, really deep. Like you have to watch this movie. But I'll be honest with you guys, man. It's a pretty good watch. It's a pretty good watch. It's not gonna blow your socks off, like I said. It's not really gonna surprise you in any way, shape, or form. But the story is pretty good. The acting is good, and I enjoyed it. I did. That is the Frozen Ground. Cholo Trucker Moss Movies and Shows. Catch you guys on next one.